Welcome to Turning Moments into Movements, where each week we explore simple but powerful wellbeing tips to help you live a balanced and fulfilling life. My name's Leanne Ross, your host and the founder and coach of my business, Happyluia, and I will be taking you through today's 15 minutes of insight and inspiration. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to this week's episode. I am so excited. We are going to be talking about the law of attraction, which is one of the most powerful tools that I can possibly give you. Within the law of attraction, the concepts really are you can attract anything into your life if you put your mind to it. As a certified law of attraction practitioner, it's something that I readily use in my everyday life, in my coaching, and I really encourage other people to at least be curious around the law of attraction. And what I would say is, yes, the law of attraction has a lot of spiritual aspects within it. But here's an example that I like to give to people for those who don't identify as being spiritual. So if you were to walk into a job interview and you just thought, there's no way I'm going to get this job, like I'm not qualified to do it, it's not something that I feel I'll get, it's just not going to happen. If you walked into an interview with that belief system, the chances are you probably wouldn't get the job because it would maybe come out in your answers, in your presentation, in your body language, in your tone of voice. Whilst if you walked into that job interview and was like, this job is for me, I'm going to this interview, I'm going to do the best that I possibly can, I feel really ready for it, I know I am going to do such amazing things when I get this job. If you walked in with that attitude, you probably would walk out with the job in the bag because your energy, your attitude would come through within that. And as someone who did interview many people, I can say that interviewers absolutely see all of this stuff. They're able to pick up on that very well. So my point of this story is whether you identify with the spiritual aspects or not, I'm very respectful of everyone's views. I'm never going to force any beliefs or faiths onto anyone. But having a positive mindset and really believing that things can happen for you that are positive and that you have control over these aspects is a win-win. There will be an episode at some point where I will talk about, the spiritual woo-woo aspects of law of attraction. But for the purposes of this episode, I am just going to cover the 3 ways to use the law of attraction as most effectively as possible. So this is really all about mindset work, and it really ties in with stress management because it helps to sort of lower anxiety. It can really reduce that, as well as effective goal setting and goal achieving as well. So within the law of attraction, the concepts really are you can attract anything into your life if you put your mind to it. That's basically what the law of attraction is. And as I say, I will be going into the further sort of concepts of that, the science behind it, in another episode. But this episode will just be focusing on that 3-step process that I love to talk about, so you can really start to use the law of attraction. But yes, let's jump in. So when we are looking at the law of attraction, there's 3 concepts that I always like to cover. The first one is the mind, so using the mind. The second one is the body. And then the third one is the belief. So, focusing on the mind first of all. When we are looking at manifestation, we're really looking at bringing in something that we want. So, when we are choosing what we want, it can be anything. It can be the ideal partner, it can be money, it could be your ideal job, it could be to have your own business, it could be to get your own dream house, your dream car, whatever it is. Manifestation absolutely works. So choose something that you really want to happen in your life. Try and remove that shame and guilt. Don't be thinking, oh well, like, oh, I feel bad if I got a dream house, and I really don't, I don't really need the dream car. Like, let's just remove all barriers for the purposes of today. Choose something that you really want in your life. You're deserving of it. Just go for it, right? So think about the thing that you really want to happen and be very clear with that. Be very consistent with it as well. If you manifest something once, it can absolutely happen, but I would be recommending really focusing on it every day. Really manifesting, this is something that I really want to come into my life every single day. So whether it is, say, that dream house, focusing on that every morning, or every night, choose a time in the day where you really want to pay specific attention and really use your mind to really be clear around what you want to be bringing in. Repetitiveness, as I say, is really helpful, being consistent. One top tip is to focus on the present. So act as if you already have it. So when you're thinking about it, say, I am so delighted that I have already got this £1 million in my bank. I am so excited that I finally have my dream house. So say it as if it's already happened, because that's a really good way to trick the brain into believing that is something that you already have. So you'll start to act like you have it. It really ties into the whole law of attraction concept. One thing some people get caught out on is getting stuck in the negatives. So an example of this could be, I really don't want to be ill. So, and this is going a little bit spiritual, but basically the universe will pick up the most prominent words. So really focusing on the positives. So don't say, I really don't want to be ill. I really don't want to be late for work. I really don't want to have an electrical fault within my car. Don't think all of that. Think positively. I want to be healthy. I want to be on work in good time. I want my car to run smoothly and safely. So you see the difference. So reframing is something that's really, really important within the law of attraction. We're focusing on the positives and we're not focusing on the negatives at all. An example of that, could be if you've poured yourself a cup of tea and you're walking along the living room floor and you say to yourself, or someone else says to you, don't spill, don't spill, don't spill, don't spill that cup of tea, don't spill it, you're probably going to spill it. Whilst if you just walk thinking, oh yeah, this is totally fine, this isn't going to happen, it's all fine, it's probably going to be fine. So you see what I mean? When we focus on the negatives, it can really have an impact. Similarly, when you're driving in a car and you're like to that traffic light, don't turn red, don't turn red, don't do it, it will turn red. Whilst if you're like, I'm so thankful that these traffic lights are always green for me, chances are they will. So using the mind effectively is really, really important. The second one is the body. So really starting to believe that this will happen. So this is where the belief really starts to come in. So visualization is a really important one. I will do a future episode. I'll do a meditation, actually, a visualization meditation for the law of attraction. So make sure you use that in combination with this one. I'll try and release them close together. Using the visualization tactics, so really seeing in your head this goal that you really want come to fruition. Even draw it out, use a vision board, Google images of this goal coming to fruition, print out a picture of your dream car, have your dream house on your screensaver, have your dream body stuck on a mirror, like whatever it is, have it somewhere visual, because the more we see it, the more the brain starts to just program that this is something that's in our life. What can also be really helpful is using the body to really feel our emotions. So when we are feeling really excited, we're feeling determined, we're feeling motivated, we're feeling positive, that can really help to speed things up, because we're having our energy levels sort of increase, our frequency levels, so happiness, joy, love, that can all increase our frequency. I will cover this in a different episode around energy levels, but it really does help with the law of attraction, just being in that state of positivity. So there is science behind it, but really using your body and feeling that emotions. And there's ways to do that. It could be to put upbeat music on, start dancing around. It could be engaging in exercising, so going out for a run or a power walk. It could be doing some yoga. So many different ways to really get that excitement going. It can also be just talking about it. If you're talking about your dream holiday, you are gonna already start to feel excited when you talk about it. So some really helpful ways to really bring the body in and use it to the best of our ability, because if we feel excited, if we feel positive, the body reacts to that. So definitely something to bear in mind as well. The third one is the belief. So truly believing that this will work. This is the one that most people struggle with. Don't worry, just try it. So what I've kind of written down here in my notes are really using your soul to truly believe that this is happening. One way that I really like to give a little bit of validation to, if you're maybe feeling a little bit skeptical, is to just ask the universe for a little sign to show you that you are on the right path. So it could be, please show me that dream holiday is going to come to fruition. And you will randomly click on the TV and your dream holiday will be on the TV. Or you will be sitting on a bus and you will hear someone talk about the country that your dream holiday destination is in. Like, it's so strange how these things happen, but they absolutely will. So ask the universe for little signs that this is coming. Another one that I like to do is starting small. So if you're not really sure about the law of attraction, just start something like manifesting a free coffee and focus on that until you get your free coffee, and it will come. I promise you it will. So that can be really helpful. Another thing can be to reflect on the past. Reflect on times where you have been really focused on, this will happen, I will reach this, I will get this goal, this will become a success for me. Really reflect on what you were doing before you have achieved something. Were you really positive? Were you really driven? Were you really focused? Did you feel that emotions? So you will really be able to reflect on experiences that happened in the past where you maybe accidentally used the law of attraction. So that can be really helpful as well. Another one I like to also talk about is co-creation. So really paying attention to those little signs that maybe come up and taking advantage of them. So using your intuition. So an example of this could be if you have been manifesting a dream job and suddenly there's this training course that comes up and it's not directly linked to your job promotion or your desired job promotion, but it's something that you feel would be of benefit, it's something that you would like to do. Just taking that opportunity and being like, you know what, this actually could be part of the law of attraction working, that I've got this opportunity to do this training course, and therefore that will allow me to be part of this co-creation of making this happen. And co-creation is something that's really, really important, because by all means, I think a lot of people feel that the law of attraction, especially people who are quite skeptical, feel that the law of attraction just won't work because they are like, well, how can you manifest like £1 million by just sitting on your couch and doing nothing? It's not about that. It's about co-creating. It's about also making it happen for yourself and really using the law of attraction to help you on your way. There's so much more I want to talk about. The final one, I have to quickly squeeze this in, but I will do a full episode on this, is gratitude. To be really grateful for everything in your life, being really positive for all the little steps that start to happen when you engage in the law of attraction. That's really, really key. And I'll leave it at that actually. Because that gives me a good opportunity to do a whole episode on gratitude. So yeah, just to recap, so using the law of attraction really involves that 3-step process. So using your mind to think clearly on what you want, using the body to really visualize it and experience that emotions, and the third one, believing that this will happen. I can't possibly talk about the law of attraction without mentioning the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. If you haven't read it, I would definitely encourage it. I would actually go as far as saying I would recommend the audiobook over the book, because Rhonda reads it and you can hear her enthusiasm. It really spurs on motivation, certainly for me. So I would really recommend The Secret if you are looking for recommended reading. I would also recommend her other books, The Magic, The Power and The Hero as well. So a little bit of book recommendations for you there. So really excited to continue with this conversation. It's one of my favourites and it is going to be so powerful when you start to tap into it. As always, thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you so much positive energy on your way to really manifesting the dream that you truly want. And I can't wait to see you next week. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Turning Moments into Movements. Why not check out coaching opportunities with me so you can really begin to enhance your moments into huge movements and begin to live the life you never thought possible? Details are in the show notes. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, leave a review and share this episode. Remember to also follow me on social media platforms through my handle Happyluya, where you will receive additional daily content. And finally, make sure you join us next week for more tips on how you can turn your small moments into life-changing movements.